This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another Western Conference Finals on EA Sports. Roy Cruz here, and I am Son of Beast. This is one of our biggest concerns now, as both teams are even in the series. And now with our next game, as we are approaching it in, the Stars are at Edmonton. They'll play against the Edmonton Oilers for the third game. My next commentary supporters I have it across is Fan. He's also along with the other two. This time, it's not just only one, but there's only a couple of them that will be joining us here with the game. So this time, instead of the others, we will see things right across on the board, as the other side of it will be the big chain-off in Zone Troop, and the third commentary of the crew. I bid give a warm welcome is Tyler Beast, and the center ice, all you name it, was nothing but they changed. B-Vote 11. And we will be back shortly here for our second intermission and the post-game show. Once this game comes to the end, we'll find out and see what the ending looks like. And now the starting goaltenders is in between Jake Ottinger and Stuart Skinner. For right now, let's see who does for the best for the next part of the game of the Western Conference Finals on EA Sports. Are you ready for Game 3 of the WCF Stanley Cup? Then let's see what gets in. Stars, Oilers, next on EA Sports. Enjoy the game, everyone.
It's Game 3 at Rogers Place. Hi everybody, I am Fan, and I'm here with my broadcast partner along with So True, and the third is Tyler. It's going to be a great hockey game here at Rogers Place, and we are ready for the puck drop. The frozen biscuit is dropped, and we are underway in Edmonton, Canada. Let the games begin. Starting group will be Matthias Ekholm as he's right behind the back of the net. He'll find it over to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson marching across right toward the other way. He'll fire it up and around net to Hyman. Hyman chance now finds the Bouchard as he gives to Ekholm. Ekholm slides it back that way. Now he will find it over to McDavid. And you'll have that lost team concerning with this puck from the motion. This will keep him play alive for Zach Hyman. He rolls to Victor Arvidsson as he'll start things in for the Oilers. The rebound by Thomas Hartley as he'll head it over to Robertson. Stop by McDavid on the defensive effort. Ekholm with the shot. It's Hyman. Shoots it. Saved by Jake Ottinger. He'll hold things in with only 19:11 remaining in the first period to get ready for another puck drop. A lot of time left in this period. Victor Arvidsson's team is just looking for their first goal in Game 3. Still no score. Now the chance over to Skinner, he'll send off to Klingberg. Klingberg looks to Perry. Perry shot. Can't get a deflection off of Draisaitl. He needs to make good changes afterward. There's a lot of great changing, and then it looked like there's a lot of approachment to show it in. I don't see anything that was going to leave that going on. There's not really much to change in, but they got to make sure they have a great look. Klingberg shot's blocked by Marchman. Miguel Granlund the other way. Now the Stars will have it again to Duchesne. Duchesne shoots. Save on the blocker by Stuart Skinner. He'll send it over to Perry. Perry will send it around net to Klingberg. Klingberg sets to Skinner. Skinner looking his way across. That one rolls over to the wall. Skinner goes right to Nurse. Behind the back and rebounded by the Oilers. Now, one other thing I wanted to say is now that this is one of our biggest plays of Darnell Nurse. He really has been playing it for so many of the years with the Edmonton Oilers. I really have to say that this one has already been making a great chain to give that one a good start. I may have to say this one for now. I mean, for later, it's not just the only way what they really wanted to play for. Every time you just do for Darnell Nurse, you just got to make that one clear to give that one a good start. I do see so. I mean, Darnell Nurse has been really coming in from the back. He really wanted to show how he gets it. It's really what anybody wants. Connor Brown right toward the right wing. You'll have it over now to Skinner. Skinner pass to Klingberg, and Klingberg looks to Kulak. Kulak shot over the net! What a denying shot by Jake Ottinger! He goes right over the net and back to Rupins. Crazy saves is really like going in for pressure. What a great stop! There'll be a delay penalty that will start on the Edmonton Oilers as Connor Brown's in the penalty box. Here's the problem with
2-minute
this one.
penalty
You're
on
looking it
Edmonton.
off, and this is a
Number 28
crouch
for
down.
tripping.
He's not moving, but this is what happened. He waited too long, and this is what happens with the first penalty kill. That's going to make a good start off then for the Edmonton Oilers. They're not really like playing it off that big. You don't want to start that off that is complied to get right over right from the range. Power play will start in for the Dallas Stars as this will be the first penalty kill.
2-minute penalty on Edmonton Oilers, number 28 for tripping. Time and penalty, 17:26 remaining in the first period.
They need to make sure they have it. He scores! Let's take this off one. Second and goal for the Edmonton Oilers. How about that? And that goal was really like able to get that one fully hit. Now, just to look over here, Mateus Ekholm, and just the right timing if you're looking it off. That's where the first goal will start in with a short-handed goal. A surprising start. He made a great range and you look over right toward the goaltender. He felt like, well, I don't think I can make it in. But he finally did. That's where the first goal starts off. The Oilers will start in with their first goal in the game. That will be Mateus Ekholm. He has 7. I really say Mateus Ekholm is really like keeping in for the money right now. And he really might have to show how he can definitely handle it. But that's really like a great occasion to give that one a good start. That's a great range to have it in for Mateus Ekholm. He really has his first goal. Looks like he wants 2 more. Here's another one. Breaks it down for the goaltender. What a save by Mateus Ekholm. And this is by Ottinger. What a stop. Logan Stankoven the other way as this one was under 17 minutes remaining in the first period. That shot's blocked by Janmark. He'll clear his zone out of here into Dallas territory. The takeover. Mateus Ekholm to find a pass to Nugent Hopkins and a shot save by Ottinger. He'll find it over to Logan Stankoven and now he'll roll over to Barkey. Barkey sets past to Ben. The captain looking over right now to Brandon Shaw. Big save played here by Stuart Skinner. And a shot save by Skinner. Just under a minute remaining for the Stars power play and only 16:21 remaining in the first period. A lot of time left in this period. Edmonton Oilers starts off with a 1-0 lead over Dallas. Now to wait for Miguel Granlund. Here's Harley. He'll send it to Marchman. Marchman looks over to Johnston. That shot gets carried away and this Granlund will have it. This one goes right back to Jamie Benn. Henry with a rebounding bucking drive. And rebound by Granlund. He has it to Marchman. Big chances there by over to Benn. Kulak will have it back and Torrey Perry will clear that zone out. Only 30 seconds remaining for the Stars power play.
Assisted by number 13, Mateus Janmark.
He'll clear that zone.
And by number 93, Ryan Nugent Hopkins.
Dallas second offense up.
Time and a goal, 2 minutes, 44 seconds in the first period. On a short-handed goal, Mateus Ekholm is 7th in the playoffs. Assisted by Mateus Janmark and Ryan Nugent Hopkins. In the first period, on a short-handed minute, 2 minutes, 44 seconds in the conference finals.
Power play is over for the Dallas Stars. They are 0 for 1, and a short-handed goal starts off for Edmonton. Well, I love the hustling and bounding with like Jeff Skinner. He really made it one of the great approachment. I have a lot of great range to say about this. Connor McDavid's team, he really has been like working it up. Connor Brown was saying, no, don't take it over from me. Don't play it like I did. But you gotta make sure you have it in. Just a great crossman. They definitely are playing an advisory. They're making that one look chain and clean. McDavid pass to Bouchard. Fires it shot. Blocked it up and it's rebounded by Lindell. Stankoven looks to steal. Should save by Skinner. Past 15 minutes mark in the first period as they're ready to get their next puck drop ready. A lot of time left in this period as a Stuart Skinner's team, they're up for 1. McDavid wins the face-off as Arvidsson will have it the other way. And Bouchard will have it now finding to Hyman. Hyman spins a Rama. Oh, what a backhand. A great save by Jake Ottinger. Thomas Harley looks to Lindell. He'll try to work his way across. Trying to knock him over and trying to knock it off. Stankovic, shot save by Skinner. Now it's Matthias Ekholm. He will find Oliver, now find a Bouchard. He gives it over to Hyman. Hyman is whipped out and rebound by Jimmy Benn. The captain did not get enough in time as Ekholm will now have it over to pass again to Janmark. He'll find Nugent Hopkins. Right to a corner. Trying to squeeze it in. Then Walker's save almost went tipped in, and it's rebounded by Harley.
There's no regression, and this one is really what they all expected now. Just no plays, it's not just the right way you need to do this for.
Great save by Skinner, and that one will clear zone, and Brown will have to take from here. Shoots, but save by Ottinger. This will stop the play with only 13:51 remaining. Now we're talking about a different range, as we all know for. It's Connor McDavid, as he's already over 1,000 goals in a season, and this most likely he was trying to be succeeding capital of the name for the Oilers, and there was not much thing that he would really have to do for completing the course and just the right timing. How does that really get into response to anybody?
Well, they really sure do for Connor McDavid. He really is showing it off in any way. Most skills is really like uncomfortable balances. There's no saying that they really do for on their own team ethic on their work. But sometimes what Connor McDavid really does, he really stays on the topic. He does a lot of great plays afterwards. Might you say for this one, it could be just a great takes on its own rival on its tape. Just for Alberta. But it's not really easy one against the Canadian team to the American team. Really have to say that Connor McDavid has been like an excellent start to finishing off.
I definitely totally agree with you, Two. What they really say about it is that Connor McDavid is really like one of the best plays of his game. The moment of the night I would really have to say about how he's really been doing for it's as impressive of his own timing and effort. They really wanted to see how we can definitely handle it. Here's Snurris right over now playing to Henry. The passover is broken up by Rupence. Bishop washes that one out. Goes right to Rupence, and it's given by Kapanen. Now to reset the Klingberg as he'll have it to Nardell Nurse again to Puckholzen. Nurse trying to work its way in for Puckholzen, and this Bishop takes over. Dumbo rolls it out to Hintz. Rumble hit in the center ice. Robertson shots blocked. That was a great take here for the Edmonton Oilers defensive effort. Rolls to Zach Hyman. Hyman will not get it in time, and this one is turned over to Mason Marchman. McDavid takes it over. Now back the other way for the Oilers. He rolls to Hyman, shoots it. That one is off the stick, and it goes right up the netting out of play. Now as we're rolling in, I'll have me for 11, all about Zach Hyman.
Thanks, guys. Saying of Zach Hyman, he is one of the great closing scorers in his range. He was really performing it so well to make the key out of it effort. The moment that he really takes it in was it's all about the closing quarters. This is great range for Connor McDavid to have it to Zach Hyman. The lot of closing quarters in the range has happened with every postseason that he made his advantage. Other times, they're just not going to be enough in traffic on their own. What they definitely do now is that Connor McDavid wants to have Zach Hyman his second chance opportunity. He really has shown it off with a great higher rounded score. Let's hope that Zach Hyman have a closing range to starting off. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, B from 11. I gotta say about Zach Hyman, he was really like making it official, and he really has shown it off to make that one with a great play. I love seeing this energy reaction to the crowd and what they really want to leave in. They got it like started off with a great amount of chance effort. Not pretty sure how this would be confident afterwards, but let's hope that there is a fair win. Right over to CC with the shot, and a shot making save made by Skinner. That one goes back to Nugent Hopkins. Right to Bach. Oscar Bach with the shot. Big stop by Stuart Skinner. He now has it to Brown. Brown chance. Smith takes over. Rebound by Bach. Rebound by DeSteel. And it's back to Dananov. Dananov shoots save made by Skinner. Steele with the rebound. Bach to the other way. Scores! With a good first goal, they are now tied for one during the midway mark in the first period. That stands a chance for Oscar Buck. This is the first goal that he ever took it in. Start off is a great way to be. Now look, we're having Oscar back. You see that? That's a play in goal. If you get a give it open look, there's no bigger range to have a concerning question. Where's that going in? How's that going to keep it out? Oscar Buck made a great rebound in. That's where it starts for the Stars to tie it up. So they're all even up. It is a 1-1 game in Edmonton. Starting off a little bit can be a little frustrating afterward. May not be just a great way to keep it in. So they got to make sure they have that one with the higher range, higher targets. Don't make anybody count. Yeah, I would definitely know about that. I really knew that this would be changing in there. Just how they can definitely handle this off. They just need to make sure they have a clear range opener. Here's Klingberg right behind the net. Gets another hit by the Dallas Stars. Standing off for the lead. This one has another stop made. And Draisaitl tries to stale it out. Trying to go right over. Dandon right in the middle. Glove saved by Skinner. Klingberg takes another parry. Now the Oilers will have a
Dallas Stars goal. His first goal in the conference finals. His third in the playoffs. Scored by number 10, Oscar Buck. Assisted by number 18, Sam Steele. And by number 63, Evgeny Danonov. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 28 seconds in the first period. Oscar Buck, his first goal in the conference finals. Third goal in the playoffs. Assisted by Sam Steele and Evgeny Danonov at 9 minutes, 28 seconds in the first period of the conference finals.
9:27 remaining in the first period as both teams are tied. Now here's the call. It's Jake Ottinger. Ottinger's a big saver to make that one with the guard out takedown. What he really knows on is how his energizer, the effort and ability that made that one clear all the way to the Western Conference Finals. What this is not the standard is, his energizer can be a lot harder in stamina. His creaseman is definitely the great range to have it in. I'm trying to look forward into for Jake Ottinger. Let's hope how well he does, guys. McDavid with the puck, now find Arvidsson. He rolls it over. Mason Marchment tried to roll it out. And now it's back to Marchment for the Dallas Stars. Under 9 minutes remaining. Trying to roll it over to Granlund. Granlund rolls in middle, shots blocked. Trying to cover it in. And Podkolzin will have to clear it out. No icing is whistled in. Trying to roll it in. Bichelle now finding the Granlund. 8:30 left to remain in the first period. And Enrique will have it upon Colson. He wipes out. It's back to Hintz. He's tripped up. The first penalty is going to be on the Edmonton Oilers. Now that's not a great start.
Tripping a penalty on Edmonton.
Just reaching it
49
over.
for tripping.
That is way missed. That one is going to start the first penalty kill for the Edmonton Oilers. And now they'll have two this time. Power play will start in for Dallas. So the Stars have a second advantage for the power play, and they're looking for the leadoff for a 2-1 game. What they need to do for the power play, they have to just try to keep out. They don't want to
Edmonton penalty, number 49. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of penalty in the first period, 8 minutes, 26 seconds. That's penalty on Edmonton Oilers. Ty Emerson, number 49 for a 2-minute tripping. Time of penalty, 8 minutes, 26 seconds in the first period of the conference finals.
The rebound by Johnston. Nurse takes over. That's back to Harley and rolls it again to Johnston. Johnston looks over to Duchesne the other way. Knocked him over. And another reach and on a takeover is Rupins. Back to Duchesne with the shot blocked by Kulak. Great save by Skinner. They try to keep that one out of here. And Nurse will clear his own to Nugent Hopkins. That's really like a monstrous save and you're looking at it off with a great chance. It's really like an artist inbounding, but don't think that you would keep it clear right in motion. Bouchard now finds it over again to Enrique. Bouchard clears that one out. And a rebound will come in for Jake Ottinger with under 7:30 remaining in the first period. As he's settled in, Marchment will have it over. The pass off to Harley. Harley now finds a hit to Ben. Johnston shoots, save me! Big stop by Stuart Skinner! He takes double 2 times in a row. Clears that zone right to the Dallas territory. Wow, the fans reacting very quickly. That's a big, great save here with Stuart Skinner.
He was really dialed in. Just a great timing on the tacklers.
Ekholm will clear that zone out of here. And he's all alone. Big save by Jake Ottinger. Now he'll roll to Perry, and then now it's right the other way. Down to 10 seconds remaining for the Stars power play. Steele on his way down. He scores! What a breakaway chain! And now got a 2-1 lead, a power play goal.
Look how much hustle he's looking at. He's right toward the goaltender and felt like, I'm going to go with that. You're going to get away from me? I don't think that's not a great choice of option. That was one of the happiest of emotion, and he's really racing right toward the goaltender, and he wants to battle it up very quickly. That's when he was really keeping it in. That was like, no way. How did that ever happen?
So the Dallas takes a 1-point lead over Edmonton, and it's a 2-1 game, Dallas. Now a win for Connor McDavid. You'll have it over. Kulak will now try to race it in. He couldn't get there. And Johnston will have it back to Bishop. Repents the other way. Try to watch out. Kulak over to Arvidsson as he has it over to Emberson and gives to Zach Hyman. Here's a chance over to Connor McDavid. Try to roll into the backhander, and it's back to Johnston. Matthew Dumba again on Bach. Bach over now to Hintz. 6 minutes remaining in the first period. He gets Whipple down, and it's rebounded by Arvidsson. Arvidsson trying to look over it now. Here's Hyman to get to McDavid, and this one is carried out, and it's back to Bach, and rebound by Stankoven. McDavid showing it off. He wants to try to get over it, but the rustling and bounding, but he did not have the right choice to do for. Here's another one to McDavid. Great defensive effort by the Stars to break up the chain.
There's no passing. Nobody was going to give it in there with a great chance.
Perry blocks that shot, and it's McDavid is on his way. He will try to get over it. A big stop by Ottinger. 5:26 remaining in the first period. 2-1 score. Now it's just set ready for another puck drop. 2-1's the score over Dallas with under 5:30 remaining. Leon Draisaitl wins the face-off as Klingberg's right to the outside. He lets the burn out Nurse. Draisaitl trying to look
Dallas
over
Stars
the
goal. His first goal in the playoffs. First goal in the conference finals. Scoring a power play unassisted. Number 18, Sam Steele. Time to go 13 minutes, 28 seconds in the first period. That's Sam Steele scoring a power play. His third in the playoffs and the conference finals. Unassisted by a team. At 13 minutes, 28 seconds in the first period of the conference finals.
That's where it comes into defense. There's no application here. You're not really messing up on the look. You may just have to do it for yourself to keep that one going big. Nobody open look. And Harley, back the other way on the other side of it for the Stars. Now he cuts it in. That one stops it. Nurse goes down. Cannonov with the rebounding shot making. Covered up by Skinner. 4:33 remaining in the first period. Still ready to take on its next puck drop. You know why that the Lynx is the name of Hunter? It's because of this how the Oilers been selling things in. This Hunter is not really good at anything, but he's more likely the Oilers person than do that with the county. And he was definitely announced already with this newer mascot. As Lynx the Hunter wants to make that one feel unbreakable. But here's one thing that he really hates. It's the Panthers. That's for the American team. But for the rivals, it's Calgary Flames. Always the Battle of Alberta. That's why he doesn't really like the Calgary Flames on that side. That one gets a little bit of stunner that he don't like. And no appreciation to anyone who can get really display for him. I think Lynx Hunter is really like, nope, I'm not going with this team. It looks like that is not my obligation on my goal. I didn't think that we would like to hear that. Bouchard shot, and this one saved out by Ottinger. That one is on the target range, and this one goes right back the other way as they'll get ready for another puck drop. Now they're ready to perform in for another puck drop. It's a 2-1 lead, Dallas. Now to win, here's Bichelle. One thing about Link is the Link Hunter, he really has shown no obligation at all. Would we have to say that Link's Hunter is better mascotting? Well, I would say so. I mean, I thought that would be an excellent choice, but there's nobody else that they really want to appreciate it for it. And then really what they wanted to do now is like, well, we're not going to give that one a huge credit to this, but hey, it's what they all just made him do for it. They just have to make sure everybody gets the name of that. Now a win for Rapids. Matthew Dummett will have it the other way to give over to Robertson. Whoa! He shots me a skippy move! What a save by Skinner! Big step and a chain. Waits for a middle, big save and a shutdown. Rolls that one out. And as he goes right out of the way, McDavid will have it over. Now he's in the entry and the attacking zone to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson looks over, now finds it over. Kulak. Trying to roll over to Emerson. Emerson, shots missed wide. It's rebounded by Gintz. 2:45 remaining in the first period. Number down afterward. Oh, Connor McDavid really wanted to feel out toward it. And you'll have it to Johnston. Shot that save by Skinner. Here's another one. McDavid on his way down. Slipped the move. He got caught up for eye already on CC. And it's rebound by Burke. Another defense effort. Try to work its way across. Rush. Big save by Skinner. Watch out on the play in the corners. As now as Burke has it. And another save by the goaltender. Klingberg. Right to Brown. Brown sends to Yamar. Yamar skates across, trying to go right toward the tic-tac motion, but he couldn't get over it. Darnell there's trying to work his way off. Bumped right toward the wall, and I don't see any charging afterward for the Dallas Stars fans. I think they didn't really like it.
No, not at all. I mean, if they don't really like playing it afterward, we would not like that.
Ben will now send it over again to swing it over the other way to the Stars, as CC will have it. Here's a shot to Davidoff. That's covered up by Skinner. And a rebound by Perry. Perry will come around, now finding to Skinner, and back to Nurse again to Draisaitl. Draisaitl. Work his way, Spinorama! Unbelievable! That is almost going to make it in as the traffic neutralizes. Good save by Ottinger. 1:14 remaining in the first period. Now they're ready to prepare for another puck drop. You can feel this energy range. 39-31 for Dallas Stars with 1:14 remaining. As the win for Duchesne, they'll battle on the board to give over to Marchman. Approaching the final minute remaining in the first period as Duchesne has the pass. Marchman almost going to have that goal.
Last minute to play in the first period.
Stayed out of there trick quickly.
This is almost a big trouble they're making. Not where anybody's going to be good at it.
That one is broken out. Rebound by Henrique. Henrique pass to Rickholm. Echo shoots. Glove save by Ottinger. Here's Harley. 29 of the 20 shots on goal for Dallas Stars, as Harley will have it again at Granlund. It's back to Bucholzin. Try to go deep, but it's rebounded by Lindell. Try to watch his way off. Rebound by Jeff Skinner. 25 seconds remaining in the first period. He'll have it over again now to Draisaitl. Draisaitl trying to work his way off across, and now right in the middle is Kulak. It's back to Lindell, and rebounded up by Gintz. Gintz stops that one, rebounded up by Kulak as he will have it over in the wing to Perry. Perry with the shot! Almost went up! And that one stayed out! The time is up as the first period
And
comes
that's
to
the
the
end of the first period.
1 point lead
Your
for
score,
Dallas
the Edmonton
Stars.
Oilers
2
1,
runs to score,
and the
and
Dallas
we'll be
Stars
right back
2.
for the second period. What a great contense matchup this is in Game 3. But we'll be back with you soon. Don't go anywhere. Second period underway next.
And we all welcome you to the first intermission of the report as we are ready to prepare things for the status here after period 1 completion. Here, as we are gotten great attacks and in motion, their score was not really just all they wanted to do, but they really had come back the other way to try to keep that one out. Their scoring chances are not really easy enough to take. And here's how they did after the first period. 29 over 21 shots on goal for Dallas over Edmonton, 40 over 32 hits for Dallas Stars over Edmonton, and it was 334 over 150 time on attack for Edmonton Oilers, 87 over 80 for Dallas Stars, 10 face-off wins over 9. That one is going to be Dallas. 4-minute penalty kill, 1 power play goal, played 352, and 1 short-handed goal for the Edmonton Oilers. And this time I have our special guest here with us for intermission. It's LJ. And here's your status here of how this one happened. I'll start over with you, LJ, for the Dallas Stars. Do you think they did really well in that? Well, I never seen how they were doing it before, and all I know is that when this place comes in, it's been the worst shipping that they're really doing it for, and there was not really much to change in there. I mean, they could just simply try to keep that one out. All I noticed that Dallas Stars, they've really been shooting it off to make that one off guard. They really just came in. As for Jake Ottinger, he's really like saving it all. Time is everything. They really make sure that they have that over the great inbounding to try to scale that one out. Looks like you're doing really so well. I don't know what will this happen in the second period. And now over to you, Roy, about the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, so far, it looks like Edmonton Oilers are really out of shot to start up in the first period. They need to do something else, is get to standard, and they need to try to keep that out. They just need to make sure they're all backed in. But hey, what happened in the world definitely got crushed out. It's not a better choice. Really would have to get out of the way, but I don't think it's not going to change golf.
And let's see what happens with the second period on the other side of it. Do you know what this will take in, guys? What does you take in for the Edmonton Oilers or the Dallas Stars? And who do you think is going to lead it off?
I'm going to say that the Dallas Stars may have to keep that one for 1, a 3 over 2, but I think Edmonton Oilers may have only 1 goal and I keep that one out of the range. And I think that might be my choice. I'm going to say Edmonton Oilers might have them 3-2 over Dallas, so that might be a big change up score. So they probably might just do that, and I think that this could be a good option.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Now we go back to this Rogers Center as we're ready to get things off to Rogers Place to get started for the second period. We'll see you all later, everybody, for the second intermission after this one. Now back on ice. Welcome back as we're ready to get started for the second period at Rogers Place. We're all set and fueled up. And here we are, we're back on ice and we're ready to get settled in for the second period as the period begins now. Alright, a little start after moment here for the first period, and I may have it over to you guys in between the Zotroop and Tyler. What do you think about it in the first period?
Well, this was very close afterward. They were not slowing it often. There's no stopping this advantage. But they didn't seem like it is if they were really kept on from messing their heads. They just didn't really think they would care for it afterward. But more likely though, I would have just felt like that Connor McDavid scene would have had the right timing to get the Richards in. It's just not really easy how they were changing it up like they always did. They have to do something else better than that. Don't make them change up if they wanted to keep going for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they really want to make sure they wanted to try to mess them up. I don't see any play offensive zone. This ability is not going to make that one feel like it's a harder change. Hopefully this might need to be a new change all day so they can keep things going. Let's hope there is anything.
The win for Draisaitl, he has it out to Perry. Perry now finds the Nurse. Nurse shot off the glove and rebounded by the Stars. And the puck will sling all the way around, and it's now back to Skinner. Skinner looks to Perry. Perry return in motion. Here's Draisaitl, shot, glove save by Ottinger. Matthew Dumbo will announce a Marchman. Marchman trying to work it off. Perry with the puck steal. Nurse doesn't have anybody over. And here's a weave around, shot save by Skinner. Here's another Skinner. Jeff one goes down. Rebound by Mason Marchman. Now he'll swing to Bourque. He goes down. Rebound by Klingberg. He did not get there in time as standing off with the rebound. He'll stop that one in there. Finding Perry. Looks over now. Bishop did not get over it. It's back to Dumba. Wow, what a hit for Draisaitl. That's a big knockoff. He scores! Draisaitl! Only the one team to tie it up. That was incredible when you're looking at Draisaitl. That was where that goal will start. Now he has number 14. You know, I wasn't really seeing how that one team works, but this is right toward the middle and you're just looking after the goaltender. He was right in close up. That is just crazy look. Never seen like you do before. I mean, there is nobody around. You would have to face that strong feeling on yourself if you really want to play it in. That's like a great stoppage to make that goal go through again. Here's Brown the other way. Fire around net and rebound by Yarmark. The kick puck over now finds it over now to Emerson. Chance for the lead, almost went in and stayed up by Jake Ottinger. He'll try that one again. Another stop made by Ottinger. Full pressure's on Emerson. There will be a penalty that's going to be slashing on Jamie Benn. He's in the penalty box.
Well, that's a great call. Jamie Benn is
2-minute penalty on Dallas. 14 for slashing.
That's not going to make it up.
The Oilers are on the power play.
Oilers will start their first power play in the second period. Now you need to do the timing right because if you do this one correctly, you want to make sure you
Dallas
have
penalty
that
number 14. 2 minutes for slashing. Dominant penalty 17 minutes 40 seconds in the second period. That's 2-minute penalty on Dallas Stars number 14, Jamie Benn for slashing. Dominant penalty 17 minutes 40 seconds in the second period of the conference finals.
Oh, what a save by Ottinger! Unbelievable, and he really took it in.
Now that was one of the biggest lucky saves by Jake Ottinger. He really was able to do it
Oilers
all that good.
goal!
Just a right
His
time and beat him.
14th goal in the playoffs.
Now it's
First
back to
goal in
Connor
the conference
McDavid.
finals.
Draisaitl will
Scored
try
by
to
number
off
29,
cross.
Leon
McDavid back in the shot clock. Good rebound by
Draisaitl.
Johnston.
Assisted by number 53,
He got the
Jeff
puck right around the
Skinner.
lane and give it to Mitch
Time of the goal,
Hopkins.
2 minutes, 2
Leon
seconds in
Draisaitl.
the second period. That's Leon Draisaitl, his 14th in the playoffs. First goal in the conference finals of the game. Assisted by Jeff Skinner at 2 minutes, 2 seconds in the second period of the conference
Here's another
finals.
one. Brown, backhander, off the glove and rebounded by Henry. Eugene Hopkins now has to get a Bouchard. Into the middle, Brown. Can't get enough in there. Another big save. That's another stop by Ottinger. Right behind the net, and it goes back over to the Oilers. Rebound by Draisaitl. Here's one-timer. Another stop by the goaltender. And Yarmark couldn't get that rolling in as the Norwegian team sails out of the zone. Now here's the rebound by Henry by Eugene Hopkins as Bouchard rolls into the range. Victor Arvidsson's back on ice. Now a rebound by Zach Hyman. Off the pass to McDavid, back on ice. Rolling in with the shot, McDavid trying to put a rebound behind the net. He did not get there in time, and he just almost would have had a power play goal for Connor McDavid. Oh, he was really frustrated afterward. I thought the timing was able to do it for real. And you would have felt like, no, I would have chosen to be making it in. This is not out perfectly. I don't see anything. Shots blocked. It's saved by Ottinger. And a power play's over. That will be for the Oilers as they're 0 for 1.
Great job. These defensive are not really aggressive afterward.
They're not really friendly.
They really have to keep out of killer's range.
Nurse will send it over to McDavid. He wiped them down. Nurse tried to go back afterward. And he just did not get enough response afterwards. Michelle clears his own. Rebound to McDavid. And Ekholm will now send to Draisaitl, and he's over to Puckholzen. Puckholzen, he'll have to try to regroup in. Kapanen takes it over, and now the other way will send it over now to Klingberg. Here's a set. Buckles and shoots. Save by Ottinger. Back over to Klingberg he goes. Kulak shots blocked by Danonov. Danonov will send it over to Bourque. Rolling in toward the middle. Shot save by Skinner. He rolls to Buckles and he'll have it again to Kapanen. Kapanen rolling in right around the net. Puck pulls in. Rolls to Klingberg. Arvidsson. Finding Nugent Hopkins. Shoots. Goes for deflection. That stops in play with only 14:08 remaining in the second period. They'll be ready to reinforce it for another puck drop. A lot of time left in this period. 2-2 to score as they are all even. Now the win for the Stars is you'll have it the other way. He'll have it out, and now back to Marchbank. Marchbank rolls to Bichelle, and he's over now to Granlund. Granlund the other way. That one tipped it up, and back to Darnell Nurse again to Janmark. Janmark looking his way through. Oh, took him away from it! What a save by Ottinger. One-time Kulak off the wall and rebound by Nugent Hopkins. One-timer again. Try to roll it in for another Oilers shot on goal. And it's now 40/31.
Man, they were always like paying out for afterward.
There's nobody in the range here.
They were sure that they were really keeping it in the great signing of the track. They're not really like clearly often, but they really kept on working it through.
Here's another set to Emerson. That shot's blocked and rebound by Emerson. Brett Kulak. Find Emerson. Here's a shot. Did not get through it by the defender. And it's now back to Kulak. He will give it to Hyman. That one right near the net. And it rolls out right toward the Dallas Stars. As Duchesne will give it to Marchbank. Marchbank shot. Big blocker safe made by Skinner. And he will try to reap it around. And it's now back to Arvidsson. Finding to McDavid. McDavid wanted to make a new changing. He wants to do something else different instead of cutting and bounding. This time he gives to Bouchard. And a shot save made. Great look. Now McDavid will do it again. Ekholm. Back to McDavid. McDavid looks to Arvidsson. Arvidsson shot. What a stop made. Try to put it back in. He just couldn't get the leadoff score for Zach Hyman as he wipes down. He just would almost made it in. Just impossible. Bouchard. Back to Ekholm. Here's a sack to McDavid. And Duchesne takes over. McDavid takes it back. Here's another one. To McDavid's shot. And it just gives it over the other way. Robertson will now have it the other on the offensive zone, and he'll have it to Johnston. Here's another one. The chance applies. Save by Skinner. He rolls right over to Robertson. Now this will clear the zone out of here, back in the Stars territory. This is really like a big danger zone happening afterward. They're not really keeping in, but they were not very sure how are they going to get afterward. They really are just going to get that afterburner a chance. I mean, this is not what I really expected to see things. And that's why that they really kept on for playing back afterward. They really kept doing the other sequence? I wouldn't say so. And there will be a tripping. That will be on the Everton Oilers. And as now is the penalties on Maverick Bourque.
2-minute penalty on Dallas. Number 22 for tripping.
The Oilers are on the power play.
Oilers are back on the power play. They need to do something else afterward. What they don't really need to do for it now, they just need to keep on passing again. Just get the timing right. You need that shot.
Dallas penalty number 22. 2 minutes for tripping. 2-minute penalty, 11 minutes, 27 seconds in the second period. That's 2-minute penalty on Dallas Stars. Number 22, Maverick Bourque for tripping. 2-minute penalty in the second period. 11 minutes, 27 seconds in the conference finals.
They did not get there in time. Now it's back to Sam Steele the other way. Darnell Nurse will reset the group to Matthias Ekholm. Ekholm said that he passed to Arvidsson. Here's Arvidsson. Rebound by Nurse. Open look to Henrique. With the backhand is spinning. And off the defender and rebounded by the Stars. He will clear that zone. Nurse will send it around the other way, and Brown will have it now to Henrique. Good take made by the CC as he pokes that out.
It's greatness that this is really what poke checking means. I think the timings just need to be down. That one is really what they all need to make a save afterward.
Here's Brown's shot. Pad save. What a diving play by Ottinger. Just 10:21 remaining in the second. He holds that one a complete out-of-bound trap.
I wouldn't believe that, so I would have seen like that was almost like going to be in here. And that one was not really much for anything you really have to do for. What a nice save.
Here's Nugent Hopkins ascending the middle, is knocked out, and it's rebounded by Pence. For Pence, cutting motion, shot saved on a blocker by Skinner. He sorts it out, and now it's Bouchard the other way. He'll now have it over to Nugent Hopkins. Here's McDavid. Trying to work his way across. Here's a shot saved by Ottinger. No penalty on the Oilers. And rebound by Rupins. Here's a shot blocker saved by Skinner. He'll have it to Draisaitl the other way. And trying to race for the hustle will be Bouchard. Bouchard making it in. And it's back the other way to Rupins. He clears his own. And with that, the power play is over for the Oilers. They are 0 for 2 for their team.
Not really what I expected to see, so, but Jake Ottinger's really making a big save. This diving play was really been terrific.
Robertson the other way. Now pass Bill Johnson, shots blocked. And that one will roll out of the way as Robertson has it to Henrique. Here's the fast break motion. Henrique shot glove save by Ottinger. 9:04 remaining in a second period. They'll be ready to reinforce it with another face-off coming up. Now the win for the Stars. Bichelle went over it, and the line has been dropped down. Got back by Skinner. Skinner trying to go right for a nearing the goal post, but he just couldn't get enough squeeze to get in with the next goal.
He would almost have that in there. That was not what I mentioned it to get over this. That's definitely how dare you were going to get over that.
That's definitely another
uncosmetic play. I don't think there was no way to give that one a good look.
Kulak takes over. A lot of fans reporting for Go Oilers chant. Skinner around the net. Draisaitl behind the net. Here's Emerson. Kulak shot. Big save by Ottinger. Rolls to Kulak. Tries to get to Emerson. He will have it back. He won't get there in time. Lindell. The pass to Granlund. Granlund's right toward him the other way as he'll dump that zone out of here. Rebound by Emerson. And the pass over. Did not go for the open look. Duchesne. In trouble. He went down. Kulak sits to Emerson, and he'll now roll to Puck-Holzing. Puck-Holzing try to give again to Henrique. Henrique shot. That's tipped up. Rebound by Henrique. He'll have it to Klingberg shot. What a save by Ottinger! I did not know how he was going to do, but that is an amazing save.
I bet you so. I guess they really have to make it feel like that's another big, huge attacking motion. Not really anybody can be playing afterward. That is really sickening play.
Yammer shot saved by Ottinger. This will stop in play with only 7:30 remaining in a second period. A lot of a line here. 51 over 38 shots on goal. Sorry, 36. Now the Stars continue with another winning face-off as this will fend over to Dananoff. He'll get clutched up. Dananoff regroups. Big save by Skinner. And Klingberg right toward the other way to get to Janmark. Janmark finding his way down. And you'll have to try to get back over to Janmark. Outside is Bouchard. Bouchard slips down. Big hit here. Echo shoots. Save blocker by Ottinger. Brown went down. A lot of hits here for the Stars. It's now 56. Here's a set. Good poke check by Evan Bouchard. Echo will now swing to Bouchard. Bouchard can't get the middle over to Mateus Janmark as he went down with a rumble hit. Repents. Oh, a big hit! That's a big monster down afterward. No worries, not even anybody could be playing afterward. Oh, McDavid! He went out of his own goal! Now it's back to Ekholm. Here's another set. To give over to McDavid and a save made by Ottinger. What a great stop by the goaltender. Under 20 seconds for the full pressure. 6:17 remaining. Man, the fans didn't really want this goal to be a leadoff, but the Stars really wanted to try to keep that out. As McDavid wins the faceoff, he now finds Kulak. Kulak! Toward the middle! Did not have enough room here, and he will not be able to get a next goal and try to keep it out. And he will now swing it over to Hyman. Hintz rolls to Johnson. Wow, he wiped him out! Wow, McDavid, he was really able to try to hustle it out.
I wouldn't say so. That was one of the biggest on it. The effortless. Powerless? I won't say that this would be real.
That one will stop in for Skinner, and he will hold it in with only 5:41 remaining in the second period. They will be able to do this one again as they're ready to be prepared for a next puck drop. And Draisaitl wins the face-off. Leon Draisaitl has it to Emerson, and he rolls it over to Skinner. 5:45 remaining in the second period. Rolls over to Draisaitl. TC takes over, now finding the steal. Steele makes his way across, and Nurse will have it to Draisaitl as he passes Skinner. Skinner couldn't get that deep off zone, and this one is right in the range. That one goes out. And Bach with the rebounding over the other way. That one booked it out. Great chance here. Corey Perry! 1-on-1! Stopped by Ottinger. It's back to Smith with 5 minutes remaining. He would almost have been close afterward. I mean, this is a great goal. Must condense with the Under Siege, looking it over play by play. And the whistle's down for offside to icing, as this will be on Edmonton Oilers. There are a lot of big hits in the range, 60 over 56. They're really down by 4 with the big hit. Henrique wins the face-off as Darnell Nurse will have it to Klingberg, and he'll have it over. Duchesne can't get it over with the shot. Another stop made by Skinner. Try to race up with the Corey Perry. He kicks it around, now finds the Klingberg. He'll suddenly pass over to Barkozin. He wipes it right to the wall. And rebound by the Stars. Miguel Granlund trying to work their way across in. And a great stick lift here as Barkozin gives that one out. Trying to roll it into Henrique. Henrique with the big hit. Rebound by the Oilers. Rolls right around the net, and this will get back to Arvidsson. Big look in range, Hyman's shot's blocked. Rebound by the Stars with only 4:10 remaining in the second period. This gets slipped and rebound by Ekholm. This time to McDavid has been turned over. He didn't want that. Oh, McDavid, he might do it again. Turn around. Stop by Ottinger. Unbelievable. I thought McDavid would have chosen to do it again. He's right behind the net this time. He pulls that one with a big hit. Rolls with that with a huge stop down. And there will be a penalty that will be McDavid. He's in the penalty box with a 2-minute tripping.
2-minute penalty on Edmonton.
Here's one problem. You're not going to start doing it often, and right into the center ice, you really are going to make someone hurt. This is the big tripping that causes with the problems for Connor McDavid's team. This is not when you need to do this on the start, and you don't want that. You want to make sure you have that one stayed out. Otherwise, you'll get that penalty enforcement to kill it off. Penalty kill is on Edmonton Oilers, and now Dallas Stars will have a chance
Edmonton
to take the
penalty
lead.
number 97. 2 minutes for tripping.
Puck rolls
Time
down
and
the
penalty
ice
3
right
minutes
into the
40
Stars'
seconds in the
territory.
second period. That's 2-minute penalty on the Edmonton Oilers number 97. Connor McDavid for tripping. Time and penalty in the second period. 3 minutes 40 seconds in the conference
Luke is out of
finals.
here, and this one is back to the Stars as he'll have it out. Oh my! This is the big battle in the range in the corner right by the bleachers. Nobody was standing in there as they were really trying to keep out and open.
Well, I wouldn't stand afterward. That was almost been like a big ruckus on the hit night.
Nugent Hopkins will clear that zone out with 3 minutes remaining in the second period. Now here's another chance to Borque. Borque looks over the fence and he now has it to Robertson. Robertson, shot save by Skinner. That one carried it out. Hintz just got a good stop afterward. The rebound and save by Skinner. He holds this puck with only 2:42 remaining in the second. Well, this is the big fans afterward. So Skinner really wanted to make that one a surprising look afterward. Now a win for the Stars. Here's the fire shot saved by Skinner. Ekholm clears it out. Johnson will have another chance here with under a minute for the Stars power play. McDavid's still in the penalty box. Here's another changeover. Ben poked it. Rebound by Ekholm. This time he will clear that zone out, and this one will send all the way out to the Stars territory. Dallas is back in offense as Marchman will regroup to Granlund. Granlund did not have the right chance. The response back to Kapanen. Kapanen looks to Perry. Perry into the middle with the short-handed goal. It's another save by Jake Ottinger. Just about 2 minutes remaining in the second period. Granlund right to a corner, now finding Duchesne, and I poked it up back to Kapanen. Connor McDavid's time zone's about to be out. And he will clear that zone. Oh, it might be the fight initiative. I don't think you're not going to do that. And they're going to leave it off. This is definitely not turning to be a better day, and we have a timeout on ice. Yeah, this is pretty bad afterward. Now, Emerson is hurt. He's going to have to go to the medical room. I got to look at this one more time. I mean, that is one big hit. Nobody wants to take the fight initiative. Nobody wants that. Jason Robertson was like really over it, and he was rushing right toward Emerson. He didn't like that at all. He rushes right now toward into the center box, and we'll see him later here if we have an update. Draisaitl wins the faceoff, and he now finds Nurse. Nurse ran over it, and it's rebounded by the Stars. Here comes Johnson. Goes in and scores! Bruno Pence! What a saving play! They now take the lead 3-2. Yeah, see, I told you that was going to happen in there. That Bruno Pence was really like rushing in. That was all it took. Nobody is on it. Now that you can see the increasement that happened to Bruno Pence. He makes the puck on a string. He increases with 6 goals in the playoffs. That's what he really made him do. That scoring drought was not really easy enough when you do it for real. That's definitely what they all take in. Some big chances. Now the Stars will have another chance in there as Klingberg will have it out. He'll fire that one on net to get the lead on Draisaitl. Draisaitl now finds it over to Skinner. There shoots it, and it's blocked up, and another great save by Ottinger. Man, he's an energizer afterward. Don't you think he really did well? Well, I would have seen so. I mean, that one almost been like impressive to make that one with a great save. This big start off was not really like important enough to make that one look clear. 86 over 81 passing effectiveness, and this time off the nearing a 1 minute mark in the second period, you'll be able to have another next goal if they take in. Down to
Last minute to play in the second period.
Arvidsson will send a pass to Klingberg. Now there'll be a penalty. That's going to be an interference. And with a minute remaining, they'll have to save some time to get ready for another power
2 minute
play.
penalty on Dallas. Number 55 for interference.
He was rushed over. That was a better back on a cross-checking. Not
The
really
Oilers are
That's going to make him turn over.
power play.
The Oilers are on the power play. They're 0 for 2. Let's see what they can do for that goal. Well, they have to. I think they need to do some a little bit of key strategy. They have to
Dallas
just do it.
penalty number
Otherwise, they won't
55. 2
win.
minutes for
They won't let
interference.
them go.
Time of the penalty,
They really have to
56
make it
seconds
up
in the
to
second
a
period.
certain amount of points
That's
here.
2 minute
And just
penalty
to make
for
sure
the
they have that
Dallas
great chance
Stars.
in.
Number 55, Thomas Harley
Here's
for
the shot.
interference.
What a save.
Time of the penalty,
Draisaitl
56
on his
seconds
way
in the
down.
second period of the
Here he
conference
comes,
finals.
Draisaitl! Save made by Jake Ottinger. Nugent Hopkins ring the post, and it stays out.
Dallas Stars
What a
goal,
save
his
here
third goal in the
by
playoffs,
Ottinger.
first goal in the
He
conference
almost
finals,
would've made
scored
this
by
one
number
in there.
24,
That was
Ruth
so
Vince.
close. He
Assisted
would've
by
made
number
this one look
53,
good.
Wyatt
That's a
Johnson.
great chance for
Time of the goal, 18
Leon
minutes, 45
Draisaitl.
seconds in the second period. That's Rupins, his third goal in the playoffs, first goal in the conference finals, assisted by Wade Johnston. And 18 minutes 45 seconds in the second period of the conference finals.
It's Zach Clayton when he really thinks he's going to rebound. Back to McDavid, and then right over it, the rebound tip. Now, that's not when you're doing this on your own. You don't play a favor. You just need to make sure you get a crease crasher from Zach Clayton. That rebound was right into her net. You weren't seeing that clearly, but you were really up to the right choice. That's what I was really noticing about Zach Clayton. That is a great way to make that great save. And then just before the second intermission, I think we're going to call that one a tie.
And that's the end of the second period.
Big
Your tie
in the second period.
Edmonton Oilers
It's
and
all
Dallas
for Zach Clayton on the
Stars
power
3.
play goal. We'll get ready for the third period when we come back after the break. Hey everybody, welcome to the second intermission as we are all prepared up as they are now both in a center ice, ready to kick things off here as we will have the third period coming up in just a few moments. But now let's have a look at the update and see what they've got here for our before the third period begins. Between Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers, it was 64-49, and it was 67-64 Dallas Stars over Edmonton. 718-705 for the Edmonton Oilers, and it was 86-81 a passing effectiveness for Dallas Stars. Then it was only 21-20 face-off wins for Dallas Stars. 6-minute penalty kills on both teams, and they finally have one power play goal with 450 and the other one with 552. Now I'm back along with LJ. Here's how you do it and see what goes in with the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers. Roy, what is your stake in for the Dallas Stars?
Well, this is really like how close it gets in there. I wasn't really sure how that one was really in for the highest target, but making it clear was not the only thing that they really do for him. It's not just like when you keep playing, you just need to go. Attacking is not really like the better option. I don't see anything that's going to make that one feel like it's unbeatable, unstoppable. There's not really much that's changed in there when you need to make sure you have it in there. Yeah, you really have to like put it off again.
And now over to you, LJ, about the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, so far, I love seeing that energy. This is the strategy that they really kept on coming back in. With nobody else around it, and they were really sure that they were really like decorated, they were really off to a closing start. And for the second period, I love seeing that it's the biggest buzz beater that I've ever seen. After McDavid, he would have had a chance with the shot. And then Zach Clayton, he made his own rebound. That is one of the sickest moves I've ever seen with some big matchup on their team. And now for this moment, they really kept on for playing back without. They really wanted to do this thing again. I want to see how the Oilers can do to finish off the third period.
All right, thank you, LJ. And how about you, Roy? What is your take in the third period?
I'm going to say the Edmonton Oilers are going to lead it up for a 2-1 over the Dallas Stars. So I think this is going to be a great matchup to face things in.
All right, thank you guys. Now we're ready to get started for the third period. We'll see you all later, everybody, for the post-game show. Once this game is concluded, we'll see how well what the total statistics are, along with the 3 star players of the game. Now back to you, fan. Are you ready? It's that time. It's the third period in Game 3. Well, this has been a big finish here, and we are all finishing it up here with an even game. And now it's a tie game with a 3-3. So the next one is to prepare for the sudden death. Let's find out who takes the lead. Alright fellas, I know what you're saying now. Let's have your thoughts between the Oilers and the Stars.
Well, this is really like one of the best displays afterward. I've seen so many other ones that they really kept them from coming back afterward. They really did their best. All this work doesn't really have to give everyone a hard break, but more likely so, I was super impressed at how they were doing this on the rare key. There's no question for that. They've really been playing it so well.
Yeah, it's definitely the key afterward. Don't you think that, Tyler?
Well, I'm pretty sure they were really looking for.
I mean, it's really like, I just really did notice that there was not really much how you could definitely do for it, but hey, there's no different to change on that if you could do it for real. Stop the play with under 19 minutes remaining in the third. Alright, let's have a look at the status here for Stuart Skinner. He was really making his play his own career. The first thing we're talking is for, and he really played it, and he was in one of his best ranges. He makes that with a great start. He was playing on his own with the Alberta minor league team of his hockey. The standout is in a better position, and he really has been playing it for. What he does for real is he really has kept on for playing back afterward to make the great use. The big chain was not really the easy set, but the moment is really playing it off her like they already did. What they're not showing it often was that the goaltender really had a lot of great execution to make this one a great chain. I'm pretty sure that it almost had to be anything. But there's no other reason they would really keep them from going afterward, appealing. What they really did now notice that Stuart Skinner would really play for his excellence and dedication. It's really made it a great starting story to give that one a higher flying the effort. And really what they made it in there was not all in the change, but they would stay in for. I know it's not really what they all expected to do for. But as you may have already noticed before, the future Edmonton Oilers are really showing up their support. And just the randomizing history with teammates Tyler Benson. I mean, just only playing for once and for real. But it was not really what they were going with. That's just how they were going to get. They really sure what they did coming along with the players.
Oilers go!
They really sure what they would have to keep it playing it for good. They didn't get to do so. I mean, I would have never seen that this was almost 6 of that time. Stuart Skinner crazy motion there off.
Assisted by number 97, Connor
But don't mind that, because they won't change it in there if they do have it the right around. They need to make sure that that one was a great use of the chain. So that way,
time of the goal,
they make this
19
one
minutes, 55 seconds
to stay
in the second period.
It's really like
And Zach Hyman scored on a power play goal, his 11th in the playoffs, first goal in the conference finals, assisted by Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. On a power play minute, 19 minutes, 55 seconds in the second period of the conference finals.
So that way they have to start in for going out for the offensive zones. Do they want to play it for real? I mean, I want to see them how they can definitely handle, but they got to make sure they are do harder and faster as they can. Pace is everything. They really have to do everything on their own. Here's Kulak. Passes to Zach Hyman. Hyman now finds Robertson. Robertson passes to Hyman. Hyman fires it. Blocker save made by Ottinger. Never make it. And Dumbo wants to try to get away with this. Jamie Benn now get it off. Darinoff, shot, save on a glove by Skinner, and he'll stop that and play with only 16:30 remaining. They're sure enough that they are not really just like a better team to like get that one in all of his own zones. They really are sure enough that they are not really pretty excited. Now, Edmonton Oilers are making a selection by 2017 NHL entry draft. He was later signed to a 3-year entry-level contract with the Edmonton Oilers. He wasn't really wanting to do for his Edmonton Oilers, and he thinks like, well, I wanted to see how I could able to answer it. He's really in a big place. I mean, don't ask him. When you're asking for Stuart Skinner to sign his 3-year contract, you just have to get that one a good effort.
It's been pretty obvious on that medication.
What they would just do for is Matthias Ekholm and their teammates say that Stuart Skinner is definitely the right choice for him. He wanted to do for some amazing skills if he keeps it from going. That's really what they all expect. Not always when they mention it, they just need to make that one a clear zone. He couldn't get over it, and it's rebounded by CC. He rolls with the stop, rebound by Draisaitl. Here's an out of range. He couldn't try to make that one fade off, but he didn't get there in time. Here's a set to Jason Robertson. He rolls with the stop. Bouchard battling all across on the board. Here's a penalty on Jason Robertson. That's not good. It really looks like that Jason Robertson, he's really like had another cool game. That's really bad news. And he'll stop that puck here. Jason Robinson in the penalty box and a chance for a lead.
Give it a penalty in Dallas.
Well, you're looking
Number
at
21 for cross-checking.
You really are making that slam, and you're really going to
The Oilers are on the power play.
You don't really want to get that one out of the way, so you don't think you're never going to mess on that? No, that would not be a true statement.
Dallas penalty number 21, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time and penalty in the third period of conference finals, 15:36. That's 2-minute penalty for Dallas Stars, number 21, Jason Robertson, for cross-checking. Time and penalty in the third, 15 minutes, 36 seconds in the conference finals.
Now Secretary, we're ready for another puck drop. And the Edmonton territory to the Stars territory. Henry sets it over to Nugent Hopkins. Looks to Bouchard. Fires! Block a shot. We're going Brown with a rebound again to Bouchard. Bouchard finds Brown. Brown shoots for deflection. Saved by Ottinger. And back to again to Harley. He'll swing it out. And back to Bouchard again to Nugent Hopkins. Great work on the passing effectiveness for the Oilers. But now Johnston will have some strong carry in the other way. Matthew Dublin now finds Ben. Ben shot, flip, blocker, stop made by Stuart Skinner. Watching line changing, no icing. That's just back over to Ben. Ben swings to Johnston. Johnston! Oh, make that one with a little stick motion here. McDavid selling his own rebound, and Ekholm will now have it back to Hyman. Try to work his way across. Draisaitl did not get this next goal in to take the lead as he swells and misses right next to the net. And the big save will be Ottinger. Lots of time left in this play to be played in this period. They are still tied up, looking for a leadoff score in the third. Here's their shoot save by Ottinger. And then backing to a stop with only 14:06 remaining in the third. A lot of time left to remain here in the period, but they're still not quite done yet to get back into play. Rubens wins the faceoff, and Stacey will now have it to Lindell. Dennoff. Oh, Rubens really wanted to make another grouping on them. Lindell shoots, saved by Skinner. Back to Ekholm. He'll now give it to Draisaitl and Zach Hyman the other way. 18 seconds remaining in the third for the power play. It's back to Stacey, another blocked shot. And he'll try to clear that zone back in the zone. And only 8 seconds remaining. Robinson's almost about to be out of here. And Nurse will take over, and that will be the end of the power play for the Edmonton Oilers. Really did a big save afterwards, and this wasn't really easy enough that they were mentioning it. Yeah, I would have noticed that this would almost been like some amount of time, and it was not really like been the easy way. I mean, doing it for real was the Edmonton Oilers. He would really have to just try to like keep that one from the zone out of the way. He was not really sure how that one was going to happen. McDavid goes down. Rebound by Duchesne. Duchesne. Shot! A big pad stopped by Skinner, and it rolls to Brown the other way with under 13 minutes. Oh, that is just crazy motion here for Stuart Skinner. He would have noticed that this would almost been like bad and taking over to evolution. This would have been just a corrosion way to have that temperature rise, and that's what happens when you don't really see it happen. Henry, fire save by Ottinger. Brown will slide back, and Lindell will try to rebound this over to Dumba again to Marchman. Big hit, and offside will be on the Oilers with only 12:16 remaining in the third period. So he's made his NHL debut as the first career. Skinner has spent the remaining of the season with the Bakersfield Condors in the American Hockey League, and he just made it all to collecting his first win of an 8-5 lead victory over the Ottawa Senators. The first thing he would do for it was definitely when he's making finish would appear in for Skinner. And for some reasons here that started on January 31st, 2021, and that was what it was collecting with this better take in, and he would have to do for. Then he was split up for 2021 and 22 season between AHL and NHL. But now his time wants to go with the NHL. Yeah, he made a lot of, kind of like a better perfect decision making. I would almost like say is that Stuart Skinner would almost like popularizing to making up a fancy app. He would really make it sure that this goaltender won't be able to like keep that one from out of the range. And for some reasons, they've got a choice. And it's because of what happens in the range of Stuart Skinner. And they're really sure enough that they really wanted to keep him for AHL. But now his night, he would have to go with the NHL. That's what it is. Yes, it's definitely do so. I would have seen so many others if this would have kept on from playing back afterward. Kept that one from playing back. It would be excellent. Hopkins, their shoots, save me, Ranger! Perry shoots, Skinner shot! Miller stop a denying effort by Spike Ottinger. Just 11 minutes remaining in the third period. Back to Robertson. No, well, they're not really looking at it afterwards. And you know, that's just what happens. The Oilers are booing. And they're really sure that Jason Robertson had made that one with a big smash. Here's to take the Nurse. Nurse fires, blocker saved by Ottinger. Rupins. And it's given to Kapanen. Henrique slides it over now, finds it back behind the net to Kapanen. And rolls out to Nugent Hopkins. He'll fire it, big save play, and it's back to Rupins. Rupins, Stefan Johnson, rolls it in. Good poke check here by Skinner. It's back to Johnson. Robertson trying to walk his way across. He finds Hyman. Hyman! Torment McDavid! Glove save by Ottinger. Nice chance by Zach Hyman, but he still couldn't get his goal to take the lead for the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, he sure did. I mean, he would almost look like almost making a great goal. I mean, that's a great chance here for Zach Hyman. He would definitely do the same thing. We passed the midway mark in the third period as it's still a tie game. Still looking for a goal for the Edmonton Oilers or the Stars. What a save! Unbelievable! He snatched that one out! What a stop by Skinner! He really had shown it often to make that one forceful to force. The Oilers set ready for a next puck drop. 3-3's a score between Dallas and Edmonton. The win for McDavid. Bouchard will swing it out. And a deep zone to Robertson. He didn't get there that time. Marchman wheels it out to Harley. Granlund takes over the other way. And it's now back to Duchesne. Duchesne shot block save by Skinner. Great use of the effort for the reaction as Stuart Skinner grabs that glove snatch. A hustling team mounting is now on the next line between the Oilers and the Stars. Henrique wins the faceoff as he has it over to Bouchard, and he'll swing it over to Brown. Under 9:30 remaining in the third period. He'll have it again to Yarmark. Yarmark looks over to Bouchard as he'll have it now to Eckel. Eckel shot off the blocker, and it's rolled back to Henrique. Matthew Duchesne with the rebound with only 19 remaining in the third. He'll find it over again to Bouchard. Bouchard now will have it out. And a swing pass to Yarmark. Yarmark swings over Brown, went down. Nurse shoots, trying to go right in front of saucer pass to Yarmark as he didn't think his goal would be next. Nurse fires a shot, and a big blocker made here by the Stars. Klingberg now finds Nurse. Here's Klingberg's shot. Another save made here by the Edmonton Oilers. Granlund is right toward the Dumba. Dumba pass to Bichelle. Bichelle finds Duchesne. And Klingberg will send over to Nurse. He'll find a pass to Skinner. Skinner pass. Broken up. Rebounded up by Dumba. Dumba looks to Ben. Ben in the corner. Trying to watch his own rebound. Into a middle, but a save by Skinner. 8:07 remaining in the third period. They'll be ready to have another puck drop coming up. Now the number waiting for the Stars. This one shot stopped by Skinner and back to Nugent Hopkins as he rolls to Kulak.
This would be almost a great for Stuart Skinner. Makes a great, impressive drive. He would almost like dig for anything.
Nugent Hopkins will have that puck in. And over right toward the corner is Kulak. 7:45 remaining in the third. They run offside. As you're getting ready to prepare for our next game, stay tuned for tomorrow night as we will have this game 4. That'll be the plan first to say rematch against the Capitals. And then as we kick it over the other way, we are about to be seeing the next matchup. The rematch in for game number 4 will be the Stars and the Oilers. That will be happening here at 8:30 between tomorrow night and later that night the other way. And with that one, the NBA playoffs will continue here for the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference Finals. Right in a range between the Pacers and the Knicks. That'll be happening where the first game starts at 8 p.m. And then the next game will be the Wolves against the Thunders at Target Center. That game coverage will start here at 8:30 as also on the other side of it, only on Sonic Beats. Be sure to catch all the games here, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you don't, you will be forced to go with an ankle breaking. Yep, you heard that right. You don't want that one to be ankle breaking in there unless you do so. Well, that's what you need to do for. If you're not subscribed, sorry, you better do it now. Here is Harley. Rolls right over. The shot saved by Skinner. Rolls back behind the net. And it's Bouchard. Now sends it to Arvidsson. That's accepted and rebounded by Johnson. Harley shot glove saved by Skinner. Bouchard. Back to Rapince. Great save by Skinner defensive effort. Puck pulls it now, finds Hyman. He rolls to McDavid. And David went down. The rebound by Lindell. Now here's Jamie Benn. That one is broken up. Big save here by the Oilers the goaltender. With the shot, another save by Skinner. He'll stop that in with only 6:12 remaining in the third.
I wouldn't say that this would be almost like really like impressionable. That one was really the hardest make that they were ever been doing it for. Nothing really what I would always say what matters, but they really kept on from playing back afterward.
Now to win for the Oilers. It's back to Nurse. He'll swing over and find Klingberg, and he finds Kapanen. Klingberg around the legs. Harley takes over. It's back to Jamie Benn. Benn shot. What a save by Skinner. He really wanted to make it really harder, and this challenge would never do so last. He would really almost have that one in there. That was like a biggest playing bounty. You would never notice how that one was going to get closer or not, and you really would say that, well, I have no choice. So I felt like that. I thought this would be a great goal to make that one in there. Draisaitl shots blocked. And as Ottinger will give it to Lindell. Marchman the other way. On his hustle, finds Duchesne, blocked the shot. Great shot here for the Oilers. Kulak. And that one is broken up. Right to the middle of the Golden Stars! Matt Duchesne! Unbelievable! The Stars now take the lead again! 4-3.
Well, this is not my time to start off today. Look how they're playing bad afterward. You don't really see the defensive? That's not clean. Because that really gets over right toward the goaltender, and he just whipped it up. Yep, there's a little screw up that they really did, and that's not playing an offensive clean.
Nobody's helping on a goaltender. You gotta stay back if you're going to play a defense. So Stars now have the winning chance to have a 4-3, and if the Stars win the third game, they'll have the lead up for 2-1 over Edmonton. Here's another racing bound Brown. Fire save by Ottinger. Down to the final 5 minutes presented by Discover. The Monarch will kick that out. Work his way across, and Ottinger will now have it to Dumba. Robertson, no sign for luck. Trying to work his way in. Big save by Skinner. And he'll clear that out. No hesitation to make that icing as Siamark will have it. Strong use of the effort. Henrique places it over to Bouchard, and it's not in there in time. And Dumba will have it out. Wow, he ripped it to the hit. And Bouchard the other way, now find Brown. That one will be almost like impossible to have that in. That is just making
Dallas Stars goal. His 7th goal in the playoffs, first goal in the game of the conference finals, scored by number 95, Matt Duchesne. Assisted by number 27, Mason Marchman. And by number 64, Miguel Green. Time in the goal, 14 minutes, 50 seconds in the third period of conference finals. That's Matt Duchesne, his 7th in the playoffs, first goal in the conference finals of the game, assisted by Mason Marchman and Miguel Granlund. And in the third period, at 14 minutes, 50 seconds in the conference finals.
Looks over to Hyman. Great look here. You'll find McDavid going in, try to roll it out, and it's back to McDavid the other way. And he rolls Robertson. Try to work his way in the middle, and it's Marchman the outside of the zone. Nurse with the great stop. Here they come. It is saved me by Ottinger. Unbelievable. That is another stop for the goaltender. You wouldn't believe this would happen at all. That would almost make Ottinger with a great stop. He has a lot of energizer to range in there. That one was a incredible save. Next faceoff is on its attack. 4-3 Dallas lead. Draisaitl wins the faceoff, and you now have Klingberg. Klingberg shot for a rebound. Gloved up by Ottinger. Nearing the final 3 minutes of the third period, they're ready to have another puck drop ready. Now to wait for Draisaitl. He now finds Klingberg. Klingberg shot saved by Ottinger. Full pressure's coming on for the Edmonton Oilers. They've got to find a way to get the tie game afterward. They are still left behind, and Draisaitl needs to win another faceoff. Now the win for Rupins. It's Johnston. Try to roll it across. Draisaitl will have it back with the final 3 minutes remaining. Oh, Draisaitl. Spin move. He didn't get over it, and the penalty has already been upheld. That's going to be the Oilers on the interference. Now it's just how bad they're not doing it for it. And this is what you cannot do to make someone messed up. Because you push
2-minute penalty on Edmonton. Number 29 for interference.
You just need to get out of the way. And no, you can't play it like that. That's another penalty for the Edmonton Oilers. Who had the better player of the night? I will now send it over to me on 11 with the best player of the game.
Rupins was really like ripping it through. He really got showing it, but he's puck on straight.
Edmonton penalty, number 29, 2 minutes for interference. Time and penalty in third, 2 minutes, 56 seconds. That's a penalty for Edmonton Oilers, number 29, Leon Draisaitl, for interference. Time and penalty, 2 minutes, 56 seconds in the third period of the conference finals.
Stopped on the feed. And another save by Skinner. Robertson, right to the middle. He hit the goalpost. And you'll try to clear that one zone out of here, and it's now Robertson the other way. Here's another look. Poked up, pat save. Give back to Ekholm the other way for the Oilers, as they now find Nugent Hopkins. Rushing about a shoots Spalder on a defender, and it's rebounded by Mark. Finally, Mateus Ekholm shoots with a wrister. Younger did not get there in timing, and this one rolls back over to Robertson. Robertson, he rolls it out of the way. Kulak will have it back. 1:45 remaining in the third period. They need a lot of extra room to get there. He needs to get there. Nurse, shots blocked. Rebound by Mercue. Rainling misses. And in middle rebound, save by Skinner. Rolls over down to Henrique. This is a lot of big crowd afterward here near the final minute. Yeah, they sure did. I mean, that was what happens with Stuart Skinner. He really didn't want to make that one go quitting. Here's Henrique, 23 seconds remaining in the third. Nearly the final minute of their third period. They have to be ready. Brown the back. Johnson will carry the bend. Down to the
Last minute to play in the third period.
10 seconds for the Stars power play. Clutch save by Skinner. 55 seconds remaining as they're all ready to get warmed up to finish up with the third game. They need this one. They need to get a time on attack range to try to hold it up. Now the win for the Stars. Stars with a shot saved by Skinner. The power play's over. Bouchard's team is getting ready for the extra attacker. That was way out of reach. And icing's going to be on the Oilers. They'll reset it again with only 43 seconds. And now they're ready to prepare for things on. It will be 6 skaters as they're ready to prepare for this one. They win the face-off, and the goaltender is going to go right toward the bench. Here they come, Draisaitl! Save! Play it back! It's Hardy! Hicks takes over! Try to watch it, Melody with the same play by Skinner! Robertson! Bumps down! 20 seconds remaining! He has to get there! And the time is running out. Perry needs to get the moving. He's out of energy. With a chance. Confidence chance to Walker. This stakes out. And this will not be in there. And this is all over. The Stars takes over Game 3.
And that's the game. Your final score, Dallas Stars 4 and the Edmonton Oilers 3 in Game 3 of the conference finals.
The Star in Game 3.
We'd like to thank you, everyone, for joining us for tonight's game. We ask you folks to get on the road carefully, drive safely, and join us for our next game as they rematch again against the Dallas in Game 4. Thank you for coming, and have a great night.
Take care, folks.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Time for 3-star players in the game. Leon Draisaitl with a 1 goal, 1 assist, and 12 hits. He only made it just that. Then the 2nd-star player of the game goes to Stuart Skinner with 81 saves for the 2nd-star player of the game. And your 1st-star player of the game was Jake Ottinger, the best goaltender to finish off and shut down in Game 3 with only 4-3 the final score. Here's the final statistics on the other side of it as we're looking at it. 95 over 85. Goal shots on goal for Edmonton. 99 over 91 for Dallas Stars. 1109 over 454 for the Edmonton time on attack. And then it was 88 over 82 Dallas for the passing effectiveness. 35 over 31 faceoff wins for Edmonton Oilers. Both teams have been a penalty kill with 1 power play goal to remain, 752, and the other 650. And only 1 shorthanded goal for the Edmonton Oilers. So that's it for now. What if win says the Dallas Stars crushes in Edmonton in Game 3 as they knock down the Edmonton Oilers. They're not done yet, but they still have a lot of time left to finish things in for the conference finals. We'll see them back in Game 4 in just a few days before we get over to the NBA on that side. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all again next time for as well as the Stanley Cup Western Conference Finals on EA Sports. This is Roy Cruz and Son of Beast thanking you for watching. So long in Alberta, Edmonton.
If you don't, somebody will.